Okay, guys, so welcome to this semester's CRN. It is 10561. That thing looking right? Yes, it is actually. That's correct. Well, macroeconomics. I think I know most of you from previous classes, but sorry, just to um, bring us all together, kind of thing. Like, could people just quickly introduce themselves and say something about the program and where you're joining us from, what part of Trinidad you're joining us from. All right, so let's start with Ms. Buchan. What program are you doing?
Good day, everyone. I'm doing management and entrepreneurship.
Right, the BBA.
Yeah,
All right, and what? How far in the program are you?
second year,
And where you joining us from?
PT Valley.
All right, that's good. That's good. Thank you very much. And I had you before in a microeconomics club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can recognize the name. Aliyah Ali.
Hi, good day, everybody. My name is Aaliyah Ali. I am doing my associate's degree in business administration. I am in my second year of Incostat, and I reside in Aruca.
Right, good, good, good. And Amy Baldeo Puran.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm doing my BBA in HR management on my second year, and I'm from Rio Claro.
Okay. You're from Rio Claro, but are you in Rio Claro now?
About 2 months ago, I got married, so I'm in Tableland now. I don't know if you know where Tableland is.
Yes, my father was from Cleveland actually.
Oh, okay.
Um, you're going further in the bush.
I know.
But what the nice thing is, you seem to have a good, stable connection down there.
I
But
know, right?
congratulations on your marriage.
What's that?
Um, I said congratulations on your marriage.
Thank you.
I hope things are going well. That you're still more or less in your honeymoon stage.
Yes, everything is good. Thanks. So far, so good.
So, Mr. Baldeo is are you Baldeo Puran or is it Baldeo Puran and something else? No.
No, I dropped Balde Puran, so it's just Ragbear.
Oh, so you're Ragbir or no?
Yeah, yeah.
You know you need to submit a name change and that kind of stuff to the
Yeah, I have to go through the whole procedure, so
right, or else your certificate is gonna end up with this name on it.
yeah, I'll sort out that soon.
Right, good, 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 no problem. So Mrs. Um, well I can't remember now what you Ragbir.
Yeah.
All right, so Mrs. Ragbir. All right, and Angelina and Ankai.
Hi everyone, good evening. I'm doing my bachelor's degree in management and entrepreneurship. I'm in my second year and I am from Faizabad.
You're in Faizabad now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. All right, Brittany Siwa.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Currently, in my second year doing my bachelor's in accounting, and stay right now in Claxton B.
All right. What's the weather like down there today?
It's rainy, thank God. This
Yes,
whole week it have been hot, extremely hot.
yeah. My air conditioner started to malfunction yesterday with that heat. Um, and now with all this rain, it's going even more berserk now. So, all right.
Sir.
Did I pronounce your surname properly? Siwa.
Yes, sir. It's Siwa.
All right. You wanted to ask something?
Oh no, sir. I was saying the whole week was it had been very hot.
Yeah. The weather's been seriously heated, and then heavy rains. Then it's just been a mess. All right. Miss Sher. Uh, it has to be Cherish Agad Sigoben, right?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I am doing my associates in business administration, and this is my second year. I currently live in Aranguez, and it's raining also.
Yeah. It's pissing down with rain here. which is good. Now, Sigovan, you did class with me already, right?
So I really can't remember, because this is my first semester in a long time. I had withdrew from the program, so I
Okay.
can't remember.
Well, you can check your transcript and see, but well, welcome back. This is your first semester back after how long?
I withdrew in 2011, so
Holy Moses, that's like 10. You were
yeah.
probably eager at that time, weren't you?
No. I've always been eager to go when I carry both parents' name.
Okay. All right. The
So you
name
make me out. You make me out.
it
Yeah.
looks familiar. It's just that that tells you how long I've been with Costa, right?
Yeah.
All right, Christopher Alexander. Christopher Alexander. Hello. Hello. Christopher. Let's see. Somebody remind me to come back to him if it's possible. Denise Joseph.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm doing my BBA in marketing, and I live in Caronage. I'm also doing leadership with Mr. Bisu, sorry.
Miss Bisu.
Mr.
I thought I had maybe got a sex change there.
Yes.
But that's a good thing. If I am of no consequential gender, is not a bad thing actually.
Yes, sir.
I'm doing the right thing because technically I'm supposed to be neither or either. No, that's actually one of the what they call it, right? Universal characteristics of good teachers is that they identify to both male and female students equally. So therefore, their gender non-specific.
Oh. Okay.
I was kind of shocked about it, but then it makes sense because it means they're not showing a bias towards anyone.
Anyone? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Thanks. Where you from, Denise?
I'm sorry. I'm from Caronage.
Caronage. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Rain up there too?
I mean, I work in Port of Spain. It didn't have rain, but when I reached home, I think it had a lot of rain.
All right. Okay. So, Miss Romaine Ifisha.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ifisha. I'm on my second year and I'm doing business administration. And I live in Paramin.
Right. We spoke to you last night, right?
Yeah.
You plant season and stuff up there?
No, my family does, but I don't.
What do you mean? That's part of the business you should be involved with.
No.
Well, you're well known for parang. Two things all you're famous for: parang and seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not involved with any, or do you sing a parang?
Nope. I cannot sing.
What kind of
I don't think they would want me in a man.
You like the lime though, eh?
Real plenty.
Yeah, see that you like to enjoy it, but you don't like to do the work, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Okay, Fisher. Gail Rose, speak to me.
Good night, good evening, everyone. My name is Gail Rose. I am doing my bachelor's degree in human resource management part-time. And at the moment, I'm in St. James.
All right. When you say it at the moment, do you move from to different places?
Sometimes.
Okay. All right. How far into the program are you? I mean, I think you started and then stopped.
No, I had stopped one semester because of
personal issues.
passing of a close family relatives, and couldn't really concentrate that much. So I just skipped one semester and then I came back.
All right. Well, my condolences to you. I hope you're better now.
Thanks. Trying
Uh,
to be afterward.
it takes a time. It takes
It does. One day you feel all right with it, next day you're down. So
it's that's the nature of grief actually. It's a
yeah,
process that you go through. It takes time.
it was my mom though, so
Yeah,
it's like
especially people like who are really close to you. It really
yeah.
does
So I couldn't really
focus.
focus at that time. So I just well during that year I did the first semester, but the second semester I skipped it because I really didn't have the focus to probably pursue. So yeah,
That
so I'm
makes
back on again.
well, kind of getting involved in other things can help take your mind off things. I've
Yeah,
found.
yeah,
But let me know if you know you're feeling a little overwhelmed, and we can see what we can do to help each other. All right.
sure, no problem. Thank you.
All right. You'll Jazia Williams. Am I saying that right?
Jaisha.
Jaisha. Okay.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I am
I
in my second year. I'm currently doing my bachelor's degree in accounting, and I am from Arima.
good, good, good. All right. Thank you very much. Um, Karishma Maharaj.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I am currently doing my bachelor's in accounting. I'm in my second year and I live in Princeton.
Are you in Princeton now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. Nicolette Allen.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nicolette Allen. I'm currently pursuing my bachelor's degree in accounting. I'm in my second year and I live in Mova.
Okay, good. Prashant Singh.
Hi, good evening, sir. I am currently doing my second year in BBA in management, and I'm from Barapo.
Barapo. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Rishlan Sullivan.
Hi, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'm currently pursuing an associate degree in business administration. This is my second year, and I am from Barataria.
Okay, cool. Rion, you'll be able to speak? Rion Roberts?
My phone is unavailable right now, so yeah.
I realize you said your phone dead.
Should I go ahead anyway?
Well, let's
this is my second year. I'm doing an associates in business admin.
All right. And where are you calling us from?
St. James.
St. James.
Very bad rain the whole afternoon.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to think of another solution for you with that microphone. Maybe if you get do you have Bluetooth on that? Do you have Bluetooth on that laptop?
I have to look.
You don't know? Okay. All right. If you have Bluetooth on it, what you can do is you can probably hook on a Bluetooth microphone and headset. That might be able to help you.
I'll try to fix this before the next live session.
All right. Well, next time, charge your phone. So yeah, that'd be a good idea. Thanks. I'd appreciate it.
That sounds like a good strategy.
All right, Shadi Simon.
Evening, everyone. My name is Shadi Simon. I'm currently pursuing my associate's degree in business administration, and I'm from Shogunas.
Okay, good. Shanella Morris Webster.
Hi, good afternoon. You all hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you. Sorry.
Okay, right. My name is Chanel Morris Webster. I have been with Costat for 2 years now. I'm doing an associate degree in business administration, and I'm from the Todd's Road area.
Todd's Road.
Yep.
Okay. Just remember, Todd's Road is not down south somewhere?
Nah, it had one salt, it had one sugar on us.
Okay, I was wondering. Okay. Right. So you're in the one in Sugarmas?
Yes, I am.
Just making sure. All right, Stefan Mansing.
Afternoon, my name is Stefan. I'm currently doing my BBA in Management and Entrepreneurship, and I live in San Francisco.
San Fernando. Good. All right, so let's go back to Christopher Alexander. Is he available? If you can't speak, you could put something in the chat. What if he's there? All right. Okay, so anybody wants to ask any questions thus far in terms of what's going on? No? Okay, so let's look at the course outline. Are you guys seeing this? You guys seeing this page here?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No? Okay, I think I know why. Let me open this. All right, how about now?
No, sir.
Yeah?
No, sir. No.
Anybody seeing it at all?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh.
And there sir goes.
Sir, I think your mic muted.
Right, sorry about that, guys. I forgot that I had to present. I'm trying to show you something and I wasn't presenting. Senior moment, I guess. And then I inadvertently closed the window altogether. All right, so let me just select this, share. So what I want to bring up now is, right, so what we're looking at is this. You seeing this now?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
We make it a little bigger so that you all know you all can zoom in, right, on your screens.
Yeah.
If you have a tablet and stuff, you can zoom in as well. All right, so this is what I'd asked you all to download. This is the economics course outline. It's sort of it is the latest updated one, and what I've done, I did a table of content because I wanted for us to focus on certain things today, so that I can point out what differences there are with the course from what we used to be doing in the past. All right, so from page 1 to page 10, you'll have your course outline with all the other information that you'd need to go through. You know, like for example, this page here where you have my information of where you can how you can get in contact with me and that type of stuff. Basic idea of when I should be doing office hours, but you guys can just message me and I will be able to respond to you once I'm available. All right. Just try and give me a chance after 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock on dinner because this week's been kind of mad. People have been messaging me all kind of 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't understand what's going on. So you could go through about the various elements of the course, the overview, the rationale, the goals, objectives, that type of stuff, and look at the learning outcomes and so on. So what the first area I want us to look at is this area here. Make this sorry, I'm gonna have to make this a little smaller for you to see it. This is teaching methods. This is what I'm talking about, the course calendar. So the course calendar is going to outline our activities for the semester. So as you can see from here, I'm planning a live session today, but the next live session I'm looking at on the 10th of November. However, if there's a need, we can do presentations or hook up on a live session sometime before, if that's the case. Because the 13th of October to the 10th of November is a fairly long time. I anticipate that you should be going through units 1, 2, and 3 by that time because 1, 2, well, the second unit is a combination of a number of units, 2 part of 6 and part of 7, because we're looking at measures of national income accounting and other performance indicators. And then income determination, there's a lot of work with that, and I expect that you might want to have some guidance with that because it's a fairly thick or dense area of the syllabus that you're going to be looking at. There are presentations. If you've been to the e-classroom, you'd recognize that the content is already there and waiting for you all to go through at your own pace. But I'm giving you an idea of when you should be doing, when you should be completing with those units and moving forward. Though I know some people may move faster and some people may move slower. It really depends upon you and how you pace yourself through it. But at the end of the day, these are some of the guidelines that we're looking at you holding to. Okay, so you want to pay attention to this, and then we have individual assignment submission deadline, the 28th of November. So by the end of November, I'm looking for you to be completed with your first assignment. And there's a caveat to this as well. So we have some work to do other than that. Next live session we're looking at towards the end of November, and that's when you should be finishing off money and banking and completing quiz 4. Then you should be moving to public finance and fiscal policy, which will be unit 5. Then unit 6 is split into 2 areas or 2 units, international trade and international environment. And that's 2 sessions and 2 quizzes there. For those of you who are aware of it, the semester ends, there's a semester break from the 25th of December to the 2nd of January, and then you're back into the classroom. So your next live session after the holidays or the Christmas break would be the 5th of January. So I'm saying we should have a live session there just to kind of bring people back together. However, in between that time frame, you have an assignment due on the 9th of January. Okay, that's your fiscal policy analysis, and we'll go through the content. Then we want to do so by the end of the January 12th, you should be finished with with all the content in the classroom, and then January 19th we're looking to do a review session. And during that session, what we're really going to be paying attention to is your group project presentation stuff. So that should be where you're looking at. In the meantime, quizzes will close on the 30th. Then you have your final assignment. Your group project is due on the 6th of February. That's your submission deadline online. All right. There's a grade submission deadline of the 20. I could probably extend this to the 13th, but the faster you get this done, the better for me, because then I'll have enough time to read it and grade it properly. But you do have group project presentations on the 26th of January. That's the last teaching week for the semester of January. Okay. Some of you all might have exams in the so anybody so far, any idea if you have a final exam for any of your courses? Accounts, I think, if anybody's doing accounts, any accounting courses, I think you all have a final.
For cost and management accounting, I think we have a final.
Okay, you need to say that again. Not hearing you very well.
Oh, for cost and management accounting, I know we have a final exam for that.
Right, so that should be taking place the first week of February, I think. So, you know, when you get your dates for exams and stuff like that, just, you know, make sure you keep us in the loop so that way you don't find yourself getting into too much clashes with it. All right. These are the required reading, and these books are available, as I said, for download on the e-classroom. And these are the COSTAT policies. And then I started detailing the assignments. So Appendix 1 is the individual assignment, and you have the due date for that up there. Anybody went through this? So basically what you're doing is you're doing an independent or individual piece of assessment. And it's going to be about inflation, unemployment, and trade. So there are 3 areas that make up this question. And there are questions that you're going to respond to. And remember, you're setting this up as an academic paper. So there must be full citation, title pages, content pages, page numbers, the usual. For those people who with me from micro, same rules apply across the board in terms of the thing. And in terms of your citation, you also have to make sure that your similarity report is no more than 15%. All right, you all remember that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Let me just bring up the e-classroom. Something's blue. All right, so the Turnitin points are here. You have the individual assignment, your budget journal, and your group project. So I've tried to set it up this time so that you have kind of like unlimited attempts to get it. But what happens when you do 3 submissions, it then pauses. So of course there are no submissions at this point in time. What you're trying to make sure is if you have, and you see the start date is the 7th, the due date is the 14th. So this is already active. Due date is the 14th. Post date.
Yes, sir. When I saw that, I was like,
I have to
the
change.
14th? You sure?
Okay. No, that post date too early, and that due date is too early. It's supposed to be the,
Yes, sir. So, and also for the final draft portals, the dates are different to the ones in the course outline. Because I think the individual assignment is the 14th of November it's due, but in the outline is the 28th.
I thought I had updated this already. So the due date on the first assignment is the end of November, right? The post date is actually February. Update. All right. I wonder if it's the same thing with the. You see what happens when you build it first? It just arbitrarily pulls these dates. See here, it just arbitrarily pulling dates. So when is the deadline for the budget? The journal. Anybody there looking at the schedule?
Sir, it said tomorrow at 11 p.m.
No. What does it say on the schedule?
Oh.
So the 9th of January.
Right, so that's that one. And the group project will also need to be updated as well. Let's get that one. Group project, edits. See, it's a good thing now we're looking at these things so I can update them and make sure that they are. This needs to be on a percentage. What's the due date on the group project? February the 6th. And the mark date is February the 13th. The post by that date. Similarity reports. Yes. I've not done this piece. So this is what I mean about it's supposed to generate your report immediately until the due date, and then but after you do 3 submissions, it will take 24 hours to refresh before you can start doing more things. Okay, that making sense to you guys?
Yes.
There's the other settings are you can't resubmit. And the other one, it only generates reports on the due date. So I don't want it like that. I want it to set to generate reports immediately so that if you need to work on it to bring it down, then you should be okay. Now this one is set up because this is the group. It's set up for groups to turn it in. So when one person submits for one group, it's going to submit for everybody one time. Okay, so you all have to kind of decide who is submitting, and the report should come up, and all of you all should be able to view it. All right. You were saying that the actual final draft has similar issues of due dates.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is not allow submissions from. I want to still allow submissions from now. When is the due date for this one? Not the end of
28th. The 28th of November.
All right, so we put that there. I'll turn off this thing. I don't know. I have to create it. Well, it should be one file that you should be uploading. Unlimited attempts. And this one is no groups, so alright, so save and return. Let's check the others and see, make sure that everything's copacetic. The budget journal. We'll go into more details on the assignments. This has to be enabled now. What is going on here? Why do you just arbitrarily jumping? What was the due date for this one? For the budget thing, the end of December or
The 9th of January.
9th of January? Yeah, I thought as much. Let me disable this piece here. Right. This is supposed to be one file. Mission settings. Automatic. No groups. Right, so that should be okay. Save and return. Let's look at the written project. All right, so the project is again divided into two elements: the written element and the oral presentation element. Let's just make sure this is reflecting similar dates. I want this active from all now. All right, this due date looks right, 30th of January.
This is the 6th of February.
All right, let me turn this off. All right, this should be one file again. It's the group portal. Groups, yes. No. So it means that once one member of the group submits, it submits for everybody one time. All right, which means we have to set up groups too. All right. And the PowerPoint would be whatever PowerPoint presentation you're using for the presentation itself will be submitted in a similar fashion as well. I'll set up. This has to be, when you said the February 6th?
Yes, sir.
We set that as the 13th so that it'll be after your presentation. This should be, make this available now. Turn that off. No. This is group. So our warning is going to come up on this because we have to set up the groups for the class first. Okay, all right, so that should do it. All right, now there's one other element, and this is a forum discussion. So I think it's identified on the course outline as well. So let's look at it there because it might be a little clearer there. That's an addition, and this one carries a 5% assessment mark with it. So this here is 20%. The budget is 20%, and we'll get to that in a little bit. The written element of the project is 20%. The PowerPoint and, well, your presentation, overall presentation is 10%. The forum discussion is 5%. All right. and the quizzes are going to count for 25 collectively, and there's a caveat on that as well. All right, now where did I have that thing open? All right, so we're here. Okay. All right, so any questions on the first assignment, basically? So to assist you with the first assignment, we have a graded online forum discussion, which is based on that same assignment. So that forum discussion that you saw there is going to ask you to discuss these questions here. What is an inflationary gap? What are two symptoms display? This is 5%. So this is an additional thing. The way you do it is everybody responds to the question and uploads a response to it. And again, in this case, when you're responding, you're doing it. Each part of the question should be no more than 300 words, and you're using APA or, well, they're suggesting Chicago manual style, but I'd say if you're accustomed using the APA, just go ahead with that. So you do referencing so that when you're answering the question, you actually have to make sure you use a couple of cited resources for it, the textbook or online resources, and cite it properly. And you respond to the questions, you submit it into the discussion forum, and then you are then required, after you've submitted, then you could comment on at least one other person's contribution. You could contribute or make contributions on numerous people, but you have to do at least one. All right. Submissions must be made in soft copy to the online forum as an attachment to your posting. So that's when you go to the e-classroom. How many of here people have done forum online discussions before? So the same questions are here for you to look at, instructions and so on. And then you simply add a new topic and add your submission. Making sense? And you can do one of two things. You could type up the activity and submit it as, well, I would prefer that you submit it as, you copy and paste your responses in a message thread, or you can upload a document, an attachment. All right, that way other people will be able to read it and that kind of stuff, and then make a comment on it and then post the forum. That makes sense? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How many people are familiar with doing forum discussions?
I am, sir.
I am, sir.
Okay, so obviously there's a question here about inflationary gaps. Prashant, I think I remember you did macroeconomics before, right?
You could see that. That was the second year in Form 6, but remember that was when COVID happened. So it is kind of, yeah.
Okay. So what do you remember the inflationary gap to be?
Good question.
Anybody else wants to help him? Who might have done this before in another situation? Okay, so I see we have a lot of reading and research to do. Okay. Inflationary gaps are actually part of Keynesian economics. He's the one who kind of identified the concept of inflationary and deflationary gaps. You're just looking at you talking about an inflationary gap. There's a diagram that goes with it. It's related to the part of the course in determination of national income. So that's the section that I said we would have a session on here. Now, did I put dates on that discussion forum? Let's check and make sure. Go back. Alright, so there's no dates on it. Let's see who's that coming in there. Maxwell. Hello, Mr. Maxwell. Hi, Mr. Maxwell. Are you hearing us? Or me, I should say.
Yes, sir. Now here, my computer giving trouble.
Okay.
It freeze up.
Okay. Oh, it's Janella Maxwell. That's okay. All right. So coming back to the course outline and the other assignments. So that's the first two assignments. So you'd realize that inflation is kind of split into two different areas, and it crosses over. So individual assignment 1 and the discussion here, they collectively, the online discussion forum will contribute towards 25% of your final grade. So don't get don't panic about it. Just do your work and do your submissions and see how it goes. And you notice that there's a bit of a preamble for the question. So for the last 2 years, faraway land, a country in the Pacific Ocean, has been experiencing double-digit inflation. In 2017, the inflation rate was 18%, while in 2018, the inflation rate rose to 25%. Economists have stated that this may be the result of the country suffering from an inflationary gap. Your best friend who lives in Faraway knows you are currently completing a course in macroeconomics and has thus contacted you to obtain clarity on this. She asks you the following questions. What is an inflationary gap? Describe 2 symptoms displayed in an economy that is experiencing an inflationary gap, and identify and describe 3 strategies that can be implemented to resolve an inflationary gap. Okay? So, I guess you can see the layout of the marks there. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 3 by 3. You all seen that? So the content is 25. The critique of your colleague's response is 5 marks. Grammar and spelling, well, it's really just use of language. It's 2 marks, 1 mark for citation, and then your response structure, 2 marks. So this is grammar, spelling, and sentence construction. So use of language is counting for 4 marks. All right, and 1 mark for citation, appropriate citation. So we're looking at either APA or Chicago method. All right. Any questions on this?
So when we're critiquing our colleague, do we have a word limit or?
No. Your submission has a word limit, but your critiquing of the colleague doesn't have a word limit. But I don't expect that it should go thousands of words, right?
Yeah. So are we just supposed to say no, and like just answer the question like how we would answer it to them, or just say no, you shouldn't have put that?
What is? Ask that again. Let me hear.
When we're critiquing them, do we have to? We say exactly which part is wrong, or that we find they should change, and we give them the answer that they should have put?
Is critiquing only to say something is wrong, or
Okay.
yeah? See, I understand what I'm talking about. Critiquing
Yeah.
is not when you do a critique, right? What you look for is weaknesses and strengths, and you might want to suggest guidelines for corrective measures, or you may want to say something that is in support of, hey, this part is really strong, and I like the way you did this, and it reminds me of this other, and you cite something that supports what you're saying about the person's work and that kind of stuff. So it critiquing is a little more than just saying that wrong, this wrong, that wrong. That's what you might think critiquing is, but that's just criticizing. There's a difference. All right. So critiquing is a little more constructive, pointing out, as I said, what is positive or what is and what may require some being addressed a little better. What is stronger? That way, you all are getting an opportunity to kind of contribute to how the other person's work is being assessed. So far, so good.
Yes, sir.
All right. In terms of this, the individual assignment is a little more straightforward because it's really going to stick at these levels of, what is this? Give examples and briefly explain the following, that kind of stuff. In the areas of unemployment, inflation, and with trade, distinguishing between domestic and international trade. Discuss 4 reasons for trade, identify 5 arguments for and 5 arguments against trade, 20 marks each. So this is more standard stuff. In fact, I have presentations that already cover most of these questions that you could go down into the class and look at. And of course, there are rubrics for everything, so you could go through the rubrics if you're trying to get a better idea of how do I best put my answer together so that I can maximize. Now, the objective is to try and get as much as possible, if not all. All right, and I don't see why you can't get full marks for most of these assessments here. All right, okay, that then brings us to the next assessment, and these are the rubrics that you can go through in more detail to look at how the marking is going to be, and that's the budget journal assignment. So we just had a budget read. Yes. Did you all listen to it or read about it?
Part.
Little pieces.
All right. So now you're going to have to spend some time doing a more detailed analysis, because what we want you to do is select a fiscal measure from the last budget, which was read in Parliament in October this year, and analyze it using the questions below for your assessment. So in the past, we used to ask students to do 2, but now we're just asking you to do 1, and your response to each question should be no more than 400 words. So you have a few questions to focus your attention on. Now, when we say it should be no more than 400, it doesn't mean that. If you look at it, altogether there are 7 questions. So 4 sevens are, so your assignment is going to be about, what's that? 800, about 3,000 words. You're following? Collectively. Yes?
So say that again.
Your assignment will be collectively, for the 7 questions, 400 words per question. Multiplied by 7, it should give you roughly about 2,008 to about 3,000 words altogether.
Oh, okay. So for each question, the max is 400 words per question.
So some questions might go a little over, but don't panic.
Okay.
All right, and that kind of stuff. So in your own words, you have to explain the fiscal measure. So whichever measure you pick, you try to explain what it is, then describe the problem that it was designed to try and address. So you kind of have to spend some time reading so you might have to kind of refer to other parts of the budget and other budget speeches to kind of get an idea what the minister is trying to address with that particular measure. But most of the measures you could look at are the revenue generation. Some people might want to focus on things like the removal of VAT, for example, on food items, which is the zero-rated policy that they went through. So you could look at that as one of your measures. It depends on what you want to do. You have to kind of do the research on it. You might have to find some additional information from previous budgets when changes took place in that particular thing. Of course, the liberalization of gasoline prices at the pump is also something that you could look at. That is one that a lot of people didn't quite understand it when he read it. I don't know if you have understood what it means now. How many of you all have realized what the implications of liberalizing the price of gas at the pump means?
Yeah, so I think I understand it a little bit.
Go ahead, explain. What do you think?
Well, I think the liberalization of the gas would kind of like give they would be able to select the prices of what the gasoline will be at a particular point in time. So for example, this week you might pay like, I'll just use a figure like $2 for super, and then probably next 2 weeks or probably next week they might want to change it and say, well, super might you could pay like $1.50 per liter or $3 per liter for
It's actually faster than that.
Yeah. Well, I was just giving an example.
Yeah, the change is usually what happens is during peak drive times, gas prices go up, and during off-peak times, prices go down. And it also depends on the location of the gas station. If the gas station is so if the entrance to the gas station is on the northbound lane or the southbound lane, during the morning when everybody headed north, the northbound lane gas station prices will be higher because everybody's heading north. And on the southbound lane, the gas station prices will be lower because there are fewer people driving on the southbound lane. That making sense? And in the afternoon, when everybody's coming down on the southbound lane and there are very few people on the northbound lane, you'd find the gas station prices or gasoline prices would invert. So the northbound lane will now be the cheaper side. And the first time I came across that was in 1984. I was in Canada and I was at an intersection. I was taking a bus actually. And I was at an intersection where there were two gas stations on either side of the intersection. And the gasoline prices was exactly that way. On one side, where all the traffic was, there was the gas prices were higher, and the opposite side, it was lower. And then, of course, when I was coming back with the bus later that afternoon, it had reverted. So the side now that everybody was coming back down on, the prices on that side had gone up. In fact, my friend who was staying with, he had asked me at that time to help him to put gas in his cars because he would go and put gas after 10 o'clock because prices of gasoline went down at the pump after 10. So that's the kind of situation that we might find ourselves in when that liberalization occurs.
Yeah, so isn't that also comparable like flights? Like, like when you have flights in the peak season will be more expensive for like when people going away for the summer, August vacation, you'll find that the prices are higher. And when it's off season, it's much lower.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's more or less similar to this gas liberalization.
So in essence, what's determining prices of fuel will be demand and supply. So if there's a big issue with supply, that can cause, let's say, for example, Petroleum Heritage has problems delivering gas to its gas station outlets. That can cause a serious problem. And if there's a run on the gas station, prices of gas will skyrocket. You follow? Because everybody wants gas all at the same time. That means gasoline prices would just go through the roof. And that will tend to do something where a lot of people will not be able to afford to buy gas at that time when there's a shortage. Similarly, prices could fall to near to nothing when nobody's buying gas, sort of like what happened during the early part of the quarantine. Remember, world international prices for oil and gas in some instances became negative. You all remember that? That a barrel of oil was negative $15 at one point in time.
Yes, sir.
Right. So those are the kind of things that you want to look at in terms of the budget. And as you're answering the questions, of course, there's a relationship between each of the questions. So you're writing a narrative basically across the board, responding to the questions. And of course, you are citing sources of data to support your point of view or support the ideas that you're writing about. Of course, a lot of your citation will probably come directly from the budget. Where would you go and get the budget speech from? Anybody?
So we would be able to get it like if we get it, we Google it like for the Trinidad Express or any one of the local newspapers.
No. You go to government. Just go to the government site. What's it? Finance.gov.tt.
Okay,
You
finance.
go to the government's website. It's downloadable from the websites.
Okay, thank you, sir.
If of course you want to look at the budget or listen to the budget, you can go to YouTube, and the Parliament channel has the recordings of the budget presentation. So you can go and listen to it. It was a good 4 hours long, wasn't it?
So you sure was 4? It sounded like more than 4.
Yeah, it was 3 hours and something, so it was almost 4 hours long. And only probably the last half an hour or so he actually spoke about most of the fiscal policies. So it might be better for you to go through the text version where you can focus your attention on the fiscal policy that you're interested in looking at. I expect that people might have questions about what is a fiscal policy. I'm not going to answer that at this point in time because I think you need to benefit from the research that you need to do for it. Okay, so that's the next assignment, which is the journals. And then we have the group project. Now, the group project overall represents 30%, but it's then split 20% for the written report and 10% for the somebody's put something in the chat.
So that was the budget presentation as a PDF version of it.
Right, yes. Very
Thank
good.
you so much, my dear.
You see the laziness start already.
No, sir, but I'm saying thank you because it was really nice of her to put it in the chat.
Yes, and that means she's being proactive. I'm wondering if you have the right one, though. I think that's the wrong one.
I came in late, right? So I don't know about the chat.
Who's this?
Janelle Maxwell.
If you go into the chat, the class chat, there's a link there for you to join that WhatsApp group.
Okay, I now see the link. Okay, thanks.
So click on that and you'll be able to join it.
Okay then.
Yeah, I think that I think this didn't I just download that thing? Where are you? Oh, here it is. Oh, okay. 2020 budgets. Yeah, I think you have the wrong one. I think this is last year's budget. 2020. You see what I'm talking about? This is last year's budget. What you're looking for is actually this one here for the 4th of October 2021. All right. And it's available from the ministry's
You could send
website.
it for us.
No, I can't. I want you all to go.
So what was the site again? ttfinance.government. I can't remember what it was.
Hold on. Pull up selector. All right, hold on. Let's see if I can give it to you. Save you all the headache.
No, so I was going to Google it, and get the government
No,
website and go
because
on to it.
you might end up with some kind of nonsense.
Okay, so.
Yeah. Actually, there's a few things here that you could get. All right. Good. This is highlights. This is the actual speech, and this is the line estimates. This is a big document here, so careful with it. All right. It will take a little while. This is 62 megabytes of absolute garbage. Anyway. All right, that's just my bad mind. All right, everybody's following, so it should come up in the chat there for you guys. So don't panic. That's what I said. You have to be careful because this statement, although it says 2021, the budgets are read forward, meaning that the budget for 2021 was actually for 2020 to 2021. So this year's budget is actually for next year. So it starts in 2021 and goes to 2022. So that's why it's called the 2022 budget.
So that's why they also they say that most of the stuff in the budget it starts from the 1st of January in the following year. Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Understand now.
Remember, the fiscal year runs from the start of October to the end of September the following year. So it kind of runs over. It doesn't start from the 1st of January to the end of the year. So there's a crossover period. And then one of the things you're going to have to look out for is that every 3 months they do a review. And sometimes what they do during the review is that they make changes to the policies before you get to the end of the year. So whatever is, again, a budget statement is really just a plan for how you're moving forward. And the plan can't be cast in stone. It has to be flexible to adjust to changing environments rapidly. That makes sense? So that's why you're looking for this one here. And that's why I knew it was wrong, because the name of it was Resilience in the Face of the Global Pandemic. Somebody was asking a question there in the group. All right, is this finishing? Right, so the 3 documents are there. I'd recommend that you probably download them and email them to yourselves that way. All right, who this? Hi, Ms. McIntyre. Naisha? Naisha, if you look in the chat, you're going to see a link to join the WhatsApp chat group for the class. See if you can get that. Karima, I guess you might have to do that. Is she still with us?
So I think every time somebody joined, they wouldn't see the chat previously, so you have to keep sending.
I know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, Naisha, your microphone not working again. If you check the chat, there's a link there to join the WhatsApp group for the class. So see if you can organize that, please. Okay, so coming back to the course outline. All right, so the group project, guys, is a country analysis. Again, you all have to choose countries and that kind of stuff so that you will be able to conduct an evaluation. But this time we're looking at macroeconomic evaluations. Of course, there's more information here in terms of the things that we're looking at. So there are lots more links in this to various sources of data and the questions. All right, so report should include an introduction and conclusion, and it's giving me more details about what the conclusions, introduction and conclusions are about. Then question 1 has to do with currency and exchange rates. Question 2 has to do with integration and integration is one of the things to deal with globalization issues. Question 3 has to do with macroeconomic problems and the strategies that were utilized to do it. And then question 4 and question 5. I always find 5 is in the wrong place. But question 4 is about collecting data on imports and exports. Question 5 is to look at the impact of coronavirus, which is, I always find it's badly placed because it should be lower down, because question 6 has to do with collecting data on GDP and GDP growth rates and analyzing that. And what I think generally happens is that you could deal with the coronavirus impact after you've done the analysis, the statistical analysis. So I would tell you guys, swap it around and do question 5 last, rather than I should have seen this. The order of this question doesn't make sense because you should do all your statistical data analysis before. Would you all agree with that? You do your you do your data analysis and then look at impacts and that kind of stuff. Or you all like it the way it is?
So it doesn't bother me.
It bothers me. So do the coronavirus element last, because if you do the analysis first, then you might be able to see the data showing you the impact. You follow me? Now remember, you're doing 10 years worth of data response, so you're going back 10 years to get. Now you're not going to get this year, so you might you might get 20. You might get 2020, but you may not. You will not get 21, and in some countries, depending upon the countries you choose, you might not even get 2020. You might get 2019 as the last complete data set. And there's some sources there for that. So of course you run through your questions, you do your analysis, you write up your response, and then of course in the presentation what we're looking for is you guys taking about 20-30 minutes and giving us a capstone presentation on the findings of your this is the detailed rubrics, and then you have your presentation. So basically what you're doing is you are presenting your findings of your group project or your group research in a 20 to 30 minute presentation. So which is similar to what you did in the last time around. Okay, so far so good. We understand what we're doing there. This is of course is the rubric here, and then the last thing you have there is the quizzes. Now I have 7 quizzes. Now you notice unit quizzes are 25%. Now there are 7 quizzes throughout the entire course content, but I'm only pulling your best 5 quizzes because it's going to be 25 marks that it counts for. All right. So every unit that I have on the e-classroom has its own quiz. Now the quiz here gives you at least 2 attempts. So if you go to it here, you're allowed 2 attempts. It's open on the 11th of October and it closes on the 30th of January. So I'm going to leave it open for the entire semester, and all the quizzes are set this way. Some quizzes have more attempts, but most quizzes have at least 2 attempts to get it done. All right. And the objective here will be I'll take the highest grade, and collectively your highest 5 marks will count towards 25% of your final grade. That sounds okay, guys?
Yes, sir.
And of course, some units are more difficult than others. So the introductory unit, you might do quite well. So, it shouldn't be a problem for you to get the full 10% there. Now, each quiz is 10. For those of you who did micro with me last year, each quiz is 10 multiple choice questions. All right. And you're basically look at the PowerPoint that's presenting the contact, do the readings for it, and then attempt the quiz. Once you do that, you should be able to tackle the quiz. If the first time you do the quiz, you don't like the score you get, then it means you're going to have to review the material again, because it means you didn't quite grasp whatever content was there. And then attempt it. Don't just do it once and then do it a second time, and all you do is get the same mark twice. That make sense? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm leaving you all to self-pace yourselves, and do not leave everything for last minute, because I saw some people do some stuff in micro last semester that got me pretty upset, because you all left. I should say you all. I said some people would have left their quizzes for the last minute, and that was dangerous, because it meant that they were kind of rushing. So for each of the units, I've attached quizzes, articles and videos to help explain things along with the presentations and the readings. So there's other stimulus material to help you to understand some of the content that you're looking at there. All right, income determination. So same thing again. They have the presentation that I put together, your readings, a couple of videos that you could look at, different elements of what has been discussed there being explained. And of course, these would actually, if you do these things, you're going to actually find, like for the forum discussion, you can actually look at some YouTube presentations on inflationary and deflationary gaps and kind of understand it from that, instead of plowing through a book that you mightn't understand or you might have some challenges with. And of course, we could do a session about it if you all want. So that's why in the chat you could say, "Sir, we're having problems doing this. We need some guidance doing this, and we'd like to have a session." So we'll choose one of our today's Wednesdays, and we call a session together. We record it and we'll put it up and organize it from there. That makes sense? All right. Money and banking is a fairly straightforward area. So as I said, each unit has its own quiz, which gives you an opportunity to get as much marks as possible. So some quizzes, as I said, like this one here, has 3 attempts as opposed to 2, because I felt the content might be a little more difficult, and therefore you might like to have one more go than what you had with the others. That sounds feasible, guys? Sounds fair?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Ryan, you're the only person in class?
Well, I was hoping not, sir, but yeah, I really find the class quiet, so I'm trying to, help the class by saying yes, so that it wouldn't seem as if, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to stop presenting for a minute, but we have some stuff to do. Are there any questions that people want to ask at this point in time?
Yes, so one quick question. So don't say the size red, of course. So I have a question.
Yes.
So you know others have my questions. For the individual assessments, are we having an opportunity to get it reviewed and your critique for adjustments before this final submission, or is it that we have to do it and submit as a final one time?
Yeah, kind of have to. I'm gonna try to work in a review for you, but what I want the review to be is from your. I was kind of warned against doing that because other lecturers aren't doing it in other classes. So apparently, I've been told that I'm giving my students too much of uh, uh, too much of an advantage over other students in other sections. But I would like you to try try the question and let me have a look at it if I can to give you some pointers as to how to, what you could do to fix it. But I've been kind of warned from doing that. But I think I would still like to give you a review on your first assignment and give you some guidance as to how to fix it and what you need to do. So what I can say is what you can do is when you think and this has to be before that deadline of submission. Submit it to me and I'll have a quick look through and I'll maybe call you or message you and we could chat with each other on WhatsApp. I will more tend to want to call you and tell you, listen, this is good. You need to tighten up on. Most times, it's not the content that they tighten up on. It's really just the organization, layout, and citation. That's the area that I've found most students have the greatest weakness. The majority of people, the content is not the issue, but the way in which you pull together your document is what creates the biggest problem. And the biggest challenge is always going to be appropriate and proper citation. Okay.
Yes,
That is all. But yes, I am a firm believer in giving people opportunities to better themselves. So yes, I will say email me your first drafts and let me have a look at it. But don't submit it through the only thing you have to do is to submit it through the 15% because I want to see that. Actually, when you put it there in the 15%, I can look at it there. So you won't have to email it to me. Once you put it up into the Turnitin chat, Turnitin portal, I should be able to view the document and give you some sort of feedback. That sounds feasible?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'll do that. I don't want any surprises when it comes to that. So yes, I still want to give you all that chance. Okay. Any other questions? I guess not. All right. So you all have work to do now. I need 5 groups. The class is made up of 26 people. There's somebody called Nikita Surratt that's supposed to be coming into the class. Actually, let me see if they added her to the class yet. Staff. Nope, same 25. So there's a course override going in for her to get in because the class is full. So in the meantime, I want you all to put yourselves together in groups of 5. I'm going to leave you all to do that on your own. You all can do it in the chat. In a combination of the WhatsApp chat and the online class. Yeah. So it's no more than. But what I'm going to do though is I'm going to leave you all to pull the thing, and the same thing that you all have to do. You all have to pull together 5 and then choose a country that you want to well, at least 2 countries that you want as a group of 5 to work on. Now there's a way for me to do, but it's not working on this thing here, breakout rooms. But you all haven't formed your groups yet, so we'll see how that works out. All right, so I'm gonna mute my end and give you all an opportunity to get together and start to determine who wants to be in what group and that kind of stuff. And you can start your discussions. You could probably even break off into WhatsApp chats and that kind of stuff and see what y'all would do. But by the time I get back, I'm gonna wash my cup, probably make another cup of coffee and come back. And by that time, I want to see some groups so I can start to assign you all on the e-classroom into your groups one time. All right? Yes?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then, no. Anne Marie, you need to get other people to start talking in classes.
I'll try, sir.
And see if you all can get Christopher left. Yeah, Christopher's no longer here. I guess he may be having some sort of thing. All right, guys, have a chat, put yourselves together. Remember, groups of, well, there's one person who's absent. There's only 23 of, well, that will be 22 of you all here. So there will be some spaces for other people, and I expect a 26th person is going to come in. So one group would have to be 6 as opposed to 5. But try and get your core units together first, all right? Make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Rachel.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Hi.
Right. So how are we going to do this group thing?
Okay, well, we could start by doing it like, okay, group 1 to how much ever groups we have to form. So, like, for group 1, all those who are interested in being group 1, and then we could write down the names, and then we could do group 2, group 3, group 4.
Okay. So we want to have like a leader, 5 leaders, and they can choose? No?
Nah, I think the
Okay.
leader should come in after the groups are
After.
formed so that the group members could all select collectively who they would like to be their group leader.
Right. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So who's group 1?
All right. So who would like to be in group 1?
Apparently, the one was made on the WhatsApp. I don't know if it was.
It was. Oh my God. Anybody living more west side? Northwest?
I live in the East, Brandy.
Oh, you're in the east.
Well, I'm in the West, St. James.
Campbell?
Yeah.
I'm in Carenage.
Okay.
I don't know. So what group is this? I'm seeing WhatsApp going off. I don't know what to say.
All right. So we have Amy, Cherish, Rion, Agard. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4.
Oh, so they're gone. Amy?
I don't know. I seen Angelina said I do. So I don't know if Angelina is in group 1. I seen Shade with her hand up. As is Athea?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's more than 5 people. This I'm not sure which is in which group 1, group 2.
I think one group is already, so we have to do our next one now.
I think group 1 for already.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah, but group
So what y'all could do, like, just for who know they're in group 1, could you just put like group 1 and the names in the chat so that everybody will be able to read who belongs to group 1 and we'll know where group 2. Yeah, because it's a confusing. I just seen everybody me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much groups.
Much of it is a group. Okay. I don't know that.
Costa has joined. Naisha just joined.
So
What is happening? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have group 1.
Can you give me the name? Let me just write it down. Oh, here it is. I
2,
saw it.
anybody for who wants to be in group 2? Okay, Asia, you're group 2?
Yeah.
Hello. Alicia. Okay.
I thought about Asia and I thought about Alia. Asia group 2.
So Asia and Alicia is group 2, right?
I don't know who's Alicia and who's Asia. And I thought about Alia.
Well,
Yeah, this is Aisha for group 2.
Okay. So it's Asia,
Yeah.
Sid, Alicia, and who else?
Efisha.
Oh, Efisha.
Anne Marie too.
And Anne Marie. Okay, group 2 is filled. It's group 3 now.
Okay, so we have 4 people for group 2. We're just looking for one more, please.
I would
No,
like to be in group 3.
I got 5. I got Asia, Sid, Alicia, Efisha, and Anne Marie. So group 2 is filled. Hello. Group 3?
I would like to be in group 3. Janelle Maxwell.
Janelle, okay.
Maxwell.
Right. One more for group 2, please. Why? Who is the one more?
I think I see that it was misspelled and the person just put the correct thing.
Oh, so what's...
I'm not sure if that's the whole person.
One more for group 2? No, it's filled, right. Okay. So Janelle for group 3 or
Janelle, yeah.
A-Z-I-A.
Janelle.
Yes, I got that. Janelle Jazia. I'm sorry, Jaisa. Oh, Nicolette is also in group 3.
Rachel Ann.
And Rachel Ann. One more for group 3, please. One more for group 3? No?
we could probably just continue because who want to be in the group and then just use the rest as fellas after?
Oh, there's someone called
Naisha
Naisha.
said she will join in group 3.
All right. Group 4, I can go in group 4, Denise, Joseph.
Hi, anybody else want to join group 2? We need one more person.
Really? Okay.
But including yourself, and wouldn't that be 5? Or am I missing somebody?
Oh, group 4. Okay, Denise, Joseph, group 4, right? I'm going to just put my name, Denise, Joseph. All right, Chanel. Oh. 3 more for group 4. Gail? Gail Rose? Oh, group 5. Yes, group 5. Aaliyah. Brittany. Anne-Marie Ryan? Anne-Marie? Anne-Marie?
Maybe chatting on the on
Okay,
WhatsApp.
I'm seeing that. Brittany.
Not everybody's here, so don't panic if you don't get the full setup for it at this time.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna share again, guys. We could try and pull together now and let's see who's in what group and kind of get an idea who's still left out. All right, I'm gonna share because I have a situation where you could see the groupings easily on the e-classroom. All right, so okay, so who's in group 1?
Charisma.
Hold on. That's not. Create group. Yeah, not that. Cancel this. All right, how to remove users. All right, so Karishma.
Yeah, Angelina.
That's the group
1.
Oh, sorry, I'm in group 5. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Group 1. All right, so Karishma.
Mm-hmm.
Who again?
Angelina. Rion. Amy.
Valdeo.
What's the surname? Yes. Mm-hmm. And Cherish.
That's you, right?
No, I'm Denise. No.
Okay, so you just talking for the groups then?
Oh yeah, because I wrote down the names as they were calling it.
All right, good. All right. So let's look at group 2.
Right. I have here Asiya, Asiyah.
All right.
Sid.
Shade.
Oh, Shade. I'm sorry. Shade.
Who the hell is Sid? All right, who's next?
Alicia, I hope that is correct.
Alicia Ali. There are two Alicias. That's Aliyah. All right, sorry. Alicia
Yeah,
Bukan.
Alicia.
You seeing what I'm doing here, right? I'm putting the names in the group.
Yeah.
All right. Who else is not?
Fisher.
Romaine. All right.
And Anne-Marie, I hope. I don't know. That's the name I have written down.
Anne-Marie Ren. Okay. All right. That's group 2. Let's go to group 3.
I have Janelle.
Maxwell.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot pronounce that name. Jaizia. Just Williams.
Yeah.
Right. Nicolette.
Hold on. I was trying to remember how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
Nicolette. Nicolette what?
Alan.
Alan. You have a different first name, Nicolette? Oh, here it is. Sorry.
Rachel Ann.
Sullivan. Okay.
And Aisha.
McIntyre. All right, so that's group 3.
Yeah.
Group 4.
Only has 2, which is Denise, myself.
All right, that's okay. Denise Joseph.
Yeah, and Chanel.
And
Gail.
Oh, I'm sorry, and Gail. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Gail Rose. All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Group 5.
Group 5 now, and C.
Aliyah.
Aliyah.
Yeah. Ali.
Right. Okay.
Right. Brittany. Siwa. Prashan. Singh. And Stefan Mansingh. So they're missing one person.
We'll see who's
Yeah.
all right, so go into groups and then we look at groupings, overview. All right, so we still have Miss Ramdas, Amanda Ramdas, Naomi Surratt, Ikibo Hamilton, and Christopher Alexander. Now Ikibo is not here today. Naomi was supposed to come in, but I don't think she got the link. She had emailed me and I sent her the link, but I don't know if she was able to get in. Not seeing her there. All right, so what we could do, Amanda's not here either. Let's make sure she's still in this class. Yes, she didn't make it today. So what we could do is we can assign her to a group, and when she comes in, we could work out.
Hi, excuse me.
Hi.
Group 5 will take her, Amanda Ramdas.
Group 5 will take her.
Yeah.
Why?
It was just random, so.
I was wondering. Yes, let me back to groups here. What group are you guys?
Group 5.
Group 5. Y'all want Amanda Ramdas. Wait a minute. I did that incorrectly. Sorry. Remove her from that group. Group 5, right? Group 5. All right, that brings you all up to 5. All right, let's go back. Who we still have missing? Group 4 has 3. And let's see. Christopher Alexander hasn't been assigned yet. Neither has Surratt. So can I put those 2 guys with you? Denise?
Nikita Sarat?
Naomi Surratt
Oh, Naomi. Oh, sorry.
and Christopher Alexander. He was on earlier, but like he's having some kind of problem. There's somebody missing from the class. Oh, I know what's happening. The e-classroom has all 26 people in it, but the online class doesn't have all 26 yet.
Oh.
That's because the add drop, not the add drop, the paperwork for her to add the class had to go down to registry, and registry kind of slow. All right, so all of you have been assigned to groups, and you guys have the 2 people. That means we still have somebody who's not assigned. Miss Hamilton, who wants to take on a 6th person? Kiba Hamilton.
We can take her, sir.
What group is that?
Group 4.
Group 4. All right. Okay, so let me do something here. Karishma, I think you should be able to add Miss Hamilton. Her phone contact is right, 358-1255.
358-1255.
Yeah. And then that means you could also add Surratt. She's not here either. Her number is 287-7576.
Okay, sir.
You have that? All right. Christopher added himself to the class. So the group that so you can message directly because Christopher seemed to have fallen off the class. You can in the chat, whoever's taking charge of the group kind of message each other one time and find out what you're looking at in terms of trying to get people to pull together a little bit. All right. Okay, so what I'd like to find out from you guys is what countries you're thinking of. Let's start to get into that now.
So
yes,
can we do
Leon?
Trinidad?
Trinidad. Nah, y'all doing enough research on Trinidad for the budget stuff. Choose something else then. Basically what you want to do is you want to look at a country that you all want to find out more, but try and stay away from countries you've done research on already. Kind of stretch yourselves a little bit. Do a new country. What I'm looking for from you guys right now is some suggestions of countries that you want to research, and I want to just put it in your group name so that you all would see. You'll have to kind of whittle it down. So at least maybe come down to about 2 or 3 maximum countries you're thinking of.
So how does Brazil sound?
Hi, Ria.
How does Brazil sound?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I can't hear you.
Brazil?
What is it?
I think he said Brazil.
Sorry, what did you say? Arima. Is it a place in Arima?
No. I think he's talking about the country Brazil. Or is there something else going on that I am unaware of?
He's talking about the country, sir.
Well, I hope so. Not the place in Arima. All right. But we don't have to. All right. Who's at group 1? Let's see what group 1. That's Cherish, Angelina, Amy, Karishma, and Rion. Right. So Rion was talking about that. Let's edit that group setting. So he's saying Brazil so far. But again, now remember with Brazil, there's a language issue that you're gonna be facing in terms of getting information. All right. Let me get some other suggestions from you guys. Yes. Anybody else from group 1 wants to suggest a country?
Hi, sir. Sorry, I forgot that his mic wasn't working properly, but we are currently discussing on the group chat.
All right. I just kind of wanted to put the information in on the system so that when you finally make a decision on the groups.
Well, I'm seeing not everybody is seeing China currently. So I think we would be set on that one.
China and Brazil. Those are the 2 you all want to try? Yeah, that you'll do some basic research and see what y'all could get.
Okay, no problem.
All right. Okay, so let me see those changes. All right, so that's group 1. So group 2, that's Asia, Alicia, Efisha, Shadi, and Anne-Marie. What y'all thinking of group 2?
So we're still discussing it, but everyone is giving their opinion on which countries right now.
All right. All right, so let me give you all about 10 minutes to discuss that, and then I could take notes on where you all are at, what you're thinking. Try and don't duplicate countries between groups. That's what I'm trying to get you all to do, so that you could focus your research and start to make choices that you'll end up sticking with. Remember, things about language barriers, ease of getting reliable data from about the country, that kind of stuff. But so the taping is still going on for the class. I'm going to shut it down after we make the group decisions so that whoever looks at this who may have missed the class will know how they ended up in what group. All right. Any other group ready to give me some selections besides we have group 1 already. And group 5 or 4 that has a few accent people, y'all could start with some choices now, and then if the other people, when the other people come in, if they have suggestions of other countries, you could add them and then make decisions afterwards. As I said, you could use the WhatsApp chat to try and contact them and let them know there's a country choice to make for the analysis part of the post.
Hi, so group 3, we are looking at Canada. We are deciding on another one.
Gail Rose. Gail?
Hi, yeah.
Yeah, what's your contact number?
305-8856.
Thank you.
Okay.
I need someone else's contact number.
Who else you need to get?
Hamilton.
And it's on the chat. On chat. That's the way. Hamilton is
358 1255.
Oh, that's your okay. That's Hamilton. Okay. No, I got that already. Sarat, Naomi, Sarat.
her number is 287-7576.
Thank you. I think that's it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. What group are you with?
So for group 3, we are choosing Canada. We are finalizing another country.
All right. I think I took note of that already. Group 3, Canada.
Okay, all right.
I have that noted already in the group description. Any other groups have any selections?
Group 5, Australia and Guyana.
Who's that speaking?
Aliyah Ali.
Australia. How do you spell Australia? Australia.
Yeah.
Australia and what?
Guyana.
All right. I would suggest you all do. Everybody from your group is there, right? No, the only person is Amanda. You all have. Amanda was in class with you all last semester. Aliyah?
So I'm not too sure about Amanda for last semester. I can't remember.
Yeah, well, hopefully we will see her soon. But let me give you her email now, that you all could probably try and contact her.
Oh, sure thing.
Right? Her email would be well, the Costat email 0006227 @my.costat.edu.tt.
Say that again, sir.
62274.
Okay, thanks. I got that.
Right? So you could email her that and let her know that she's been assigned to a group with you guys, and you all are selecting some countries and whatnot. Cool.
So we could choose 3 countries and then finalize.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for group 2, our 3 countries is Italy, Greece, and Luxembourg.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me take a note of that. Group what?
Group 2.
Group 2?
Yeah.
Group 2 is Greece.
Italy.
Greece, Italia, and who?
Luxembourg.
Right. LUXEMBURG.
Yeah.
URG. Luxembourg.
Yeah. BOURG. Yeah.
BO.
Yeah.
URG. Okay. All right. I'll save that for now. Any other group ready to give a selection?
Hi, sir. Group 1 would like to add Grenada to their.
So Brazil, China, and Grenada.
Yes, sir.
So Brazil, Grenada, and China. All right. So that's a good mix. A developed country, a developing country, and a Caribbean country. That's a nice set of options. Any other group ready now? I know I'm forcing you all to do to make decisions, but that's the way I need to get you all to move forward a bit quickly. Because one of the problems with this course is students have a tendency to procrastinate. Would you agree? And procrastination is dangerous when it comes to courses like this. All right. Anybody from Group 4 willing to share what you're discussing so far? You don't have to come to firm decisions, but you could make a list of various countries that you're interested in.
Okay, so we have 4 so far.
Right.
Japan, Finland, Sweden.
Hold on, I'll type in here. Finland,
Okay.
Sweden, yes,
And Singapore.
And Singapore. Okay.
Yeah. We're still trying to decide.
Well, 4 is enough.
Oh, no. Oh, we were looking at 2, but if you say 4 is okay.
Well, no, you
We're
can
looking
make
at 3, sorry.
You can make a decision from the 4 then. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Okay.
So how many people in your group right now?
6?
Actively?
Oh,
No,
5? 5.
So you have-
Christopher, yeah.
Christopher answered, you responded?
No. I don't even have a contact number for him.
It's on the WhatsApp chat.
Yeah, but for some reason, I don't know where to look for that, sir.
You don't know how to use WhatsApp?
So I think the problem with
some
that
of the
is
names are not there.
yeah, they don't have the names.
Hold on. I don't know some of the names.
The number is on the WhatsApp chat. It's 762-3295.
762-3295.
Yeah. It's
Thank
and it's
you.
in chat. His name is there.
His name is.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
some people have symbols and.
Well, that's it. On my phone, I'm not seeing a name. I'm seeing his number, but not a name.
Yeah, he actually has his name on it, but.
Okay, I don't know why. All right, thank you.
Okay. I'm seeing a name coming up under his thing, and then who's Leisha B with a set of hearts? That's Alicia.
Yes, sir.
And then we have somebody with various mathematical symbols. That's Prashant Singh. That's the photo I'm seeing there. Who's fish? With one heart kissing and one heart, one smiley face with hearts on it and one, well, not a smiley face, but a frowning face.
Yes, sir.
Who that?
Me,
Nobody called me in my class.
Ifisha.
See? At least Jazia, is Jazia right? Am I saying that correctly? Oh god, I'm not pronouncing it.
Aisha, sir.
Jais. Right, okay, Jaiza. Jaisha, right? That's it, Jaisha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I see you busy, so then we have the other people. Most people. Lion of Judea is Lion of Judah is G. Don't know who that might be.
Gail Rose.
Gail, all right. So you understand how when you're using your
Yeah.
files in these kind of groups, the name is usually a useful thing. Now I have some people from previous classes, so I have them as contacts, like Roberts and Hamilton and the others. Surratt is also one from one of my past classes, so she's coming up on my contact list, as well as Sullivan and Anne-Marie Wren. All right. Any other groups have decisions that they've made about their groupings, their country choices?
Yes, sir. For group 3, we are adding Cuba.
Cuba. So you have Canada, Cuba, and anybody else? Or you just want to stay with those two?
We were looking at Jamaica, but we didn't come to a firm agreement.
I'll put it in for
if we would look in.
Because you may have some other competing Caribbean country that you're looking at as well. So technically, Cuba is not a Caribbean country. It's actually Latin American, technically. All right. Any other groups have came to decisions? Group 1, I know, submitted theirs. And group 2 did too.
So can we remove Sweden?
You can do anything you want.
Thank you.
Which group is it?
Oh, group 4.
All right. So you're down to Japan, Singapore, and Finland.
Right. We will
Work from there.
For now, yeah, for now.
Any reason why you all don't want to bother with Sweden anymore? Remember, Sweden was the team we draw with in the World Cup. I think it was 2010, right? When we went to Germany. Or 2008 or something. I can't remember the year right now. Anything else, guys? Anybody? Let's see. Group 1 as Brazil, Grenada, and China. Group 2 has Greece, Italy, and Luxembourg. Group 3 has Canada, Cuba, and Jamaica. Group 4 has Japan, Finland, and Singapore. And group 5 has Australia and Guyana. All right. Well, I think we're good there for the hour. Okay. So anybody has any questions they want to ask? Now, what you're going to do with those countries is kind of do some cursory research for the countries. If you go to the assignments, okay, it's not here. If you go to the course outline and go to the assignment for the class for that particular thing, use some of the resources that are listed on it to do some of the basic research, especially some of the statistical data. You might want to try to see whether or not you're getting good data for them for those kind of questions. So, look at how easy it is to get information from these resources and stuff here for the countries that you're looking at. So I'd say maybe assign one person a piece from the group if you have somebody else who could work on another, or assist somebody in another one. That way it could get going, working on these things. So that by the next live class that you have with me, or even before the next live class, you could let me know that you all have decided to move with a particular country. And that way, what I'll do is I'll change your group name on the system from a number to a country. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Okay. So, with that being said, are there any
Good
questions?
night. Hi,
Yes,
sir.
go
Good
ahead.
night.
Oh, Hamilton, you made it.
Yes, sir. I
You
made
got
it. I
assigned to
made
a
it.
group. You got a message.
Yes, sir. I
People
saw
told
it.
you, and you got added
So,
to the group and everything.
yes, sir. So, one question, right?
Yeah.
When we turn it in, using Turnitin, right? How much percent the plagiarism should be, like more
15.
than or what?
The
15%. Okay.
similarity rate should be no more than 15%.
Okay, no problem.
And that's for all your assignments. It's the same
Yes,
consistent
sir.
15%
Okay.
for everything.
All right.
All right. Okay. Any other questions? That was a good question, by the way, yeah? Because you have to pay attention to that. I like my tomato or my apple.
So,
You'll have some fella only flying plane down in the back of my class there. You need to cut your ass. See? That pencil only playing the fool in the back there. All right. Let me stop the recording because I think we've done the bulk of what we need to be doing.